Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be doing a ranking on all 5 Daniel Craig James Bond films. This is just 100% my opinion. Yours is probably totally different than mine, but yeah, don't get too, heated in the comments section below. Do let me know what's your ranking, and your opinion on all those films down below in the comments. But yeah, this is going to be worst to best, so let's just begin and dive straight into the ranking with my least favourite Daniel Craig Bond film. My least favourite Daniel Craig James Bond film is Quantum of Solace, and there's a number of reasons why I think this is my least favourite Daniel Craig Bond film. For starters, it's a pretty messy film in general, like the direction, the pacing, the plot, and like the story and the characters itself. But if you've seen Casino Royale, because this film basically only works if you've seen Casino Royale, it's actually a decent continuation. Like the story continues on pretty well, and the sequel, it serves as a sequel as a purpose. Like the purpose is obviously to serve as a sequel to Casino Royale, and I think it's done pretty well. But yeah, it's really it. Like as I said, the film is really messy. I'm not a big fan of this film, and the action is it's alright, the action, but like definitely nowhere compared to like some other Daniel Craig Bond film action sequences. There's not a lot to like about this film in my opinion. It's pretty dull. It's pretty boring. I get the theme it's trying to be. It's just pretty messy. Like we had Casino Royale, and then we got this, which is a bit disappointing. It's okay, the movie, and at the end of the day, but like I just didn't really have the most fun or pleasant watching this one. This was just a kind of a disappointing one. As said many times at this point, it does only work as a sequel if you've only seen Casino Royale, because it will not make sense. You'll be scratching your heads like, what the heck is going on here? If you just dive right into this film without watching Casino Royale. But yeah, this is my least favorite Daniel Craig Bond film. Moving on to number 4. Coming in at 4th place is Specter. Now, Specter actually don't think it's that bad of a movie in my opinion. I had a lot of fun watching this one. The action's pretty fun and the characters are not bad. And I especially like Dave Bautista as I forgot his name, but he's one of those he's that big bulky henchman in this film, working for Spectre. He literally gouges, I'm pretty sure, and presses a man's eye out. That is pretty brutal. I do understand why people just don't like this movie or not just a big fan of it. Like I understand while it's got its problems, it's still making it. I still find that a pretty enjoyable and fun watch. Just probably not the best Daniel Craig James Bond film. It's still some good fun. I really enjoyed it, and I think the story itself and direction's not that bad, honestly. Not the best, but it's still pretty good. And the car in this film, the Aston Martin DB5, is so cool. I'm pretty sure it's a DB5. It's like a modernised version of the classic Bond car. It's really, really cool, and yeah, it's awesome. Although I will say though that Blofeld is a bit of a weaker. This is a kind of a weaker rendition in my opinion. I did not really like the kind of Blofeld they went with in this film. I do like Christopher Waltz. I'm pretty sure his name is. The actors. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, sorry, not Christopher. Christoph Waltz. Yeah. He's a good actor. He portrays Blofeld pretty well. It's just the actual kind of character Blofeld he's portraying in this film is not the best. I wasn't the biggest fan of that kind of rendition, but it's still alright nonetheless. And him torturing Bond is kind of a dumb idea. I feel like that was not really needed. It was a bit pointless in my opinion, and that could have just been left out of the film. But Spectre is still a fun and good Bond movie in my opinion. It's not like the worst, but it's not the best either. Just probably in the middle for me. The acting's are a lot of fun, as I said. The story's interesting, and the characters are pretty good as well. At the end of the day, it just gets a 4th place for me and for my Craig Bond ranking. So let's move on to 3rd place. 3rd place for me is Skyfall, and Skyfall is not a bad movie by all means, because anything in the top 3 is excellent. This movie is really, really good, and it's a fun, enjoyable Bond movie. It's perfectly paced, the story, the characters, the setting, the direction of the film, and the action as well. The action's great. And Daniel Craig is given one of his best performances in this film as James Bond, in my opinion. He just confident. He's just perfect in this film, basically. And everything's great in this film. I'm trying to think of something that's not the best in this film, but honestly, if I'm being honest, there wasn't really anything bad about this film. And I'm being honest, there's nothing really. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking really hard, but I can't think of anything that's kind of the downfall of this film. But yeah, it's a really good Bond film overall, and one of Daniel Craig's best James Bond films at the end of the day. 2nd place definitely has to go to No Time to Die. No Time to Die is actually one I watched really recently. I don't know why, but I just had so many opportunities to watch this film when it came out, and basically when it came out on home entertainment, but I never really got around to picking up the actual Blu-ray for my collection until very recently at HMV. So I watched the film fairly recently, and I was amazed. This movie is excellent. One of the best Bond films, definitely, out there. It's a solid and satisfying finish to Daniel Craig's era as James Bond, and it's a fitting close as well. It's a very emotional film. It got me a bit sad when Bond died, and the visuals are some of the best in any Bond film, in my opinion. The action's superb, and I love Rami Malek's villain as Safin. He's a very good villain in my opinion, and that like personality and traits of him and his intentions were really good as well. Yeah, overall, it's a great movie, No Time to Die, and there's nothing bad about this film as well. There's nothing to hate about this film, in my opinion. I thought it was all great, all around great. And as I said, it's a good and satisfying close to Daniel Craig's time as James Bond. But first place is definitely going to Casino Royale, the best and definitive James Bond film. This is my favourite Bond film out of the 25 films released so far. It is an absolutely fantastic. It's a cracker of a movie. It's so good. This film, I absolutely love this film. It's a masterpiece, really. And there's nothing to hate about this film. The film is all round perfect, and there's nothing to hate about this film. It's perfect in every way, in my opinion. The action is fantastic, and the way it introduces Daniel Craig as Bond is fantastic. I mean, it's directed by Martin Campbell, who directed GoldenEye and introduced Pierce Brosnan in an amazing way. And this is something he did very well again with Daniel Craig when it came for him to play James Bond. The action, as I said, is fantastic. There's so many good sequences in this film. Like there's of course the parkour chase at the start of the film in Madagascar, I'm pretty sure, and they're in the construction site. And of course like the stairwell fight. There's so many things that is so great about this film. The direction, the villain, I love their chief, and the scenes where they're actually playing poker at the casino is so intense and it's so great as well. The way the film that scene is executed so well, and even the Bond girl, Eva Green, I'm pretty sure, who plays Vesper Lind, is fantastic, and everything is so good. And the gun barrel for this film as well was probably the most creative Bond gun barrel, from the way it is incorporated into the film story itself. Like, obviously he's in the bathroom and the guy comes back and he shoots him, and then it goes into the opening credits, opening with the gun barrel. It's so fantastic. Overall, as I said, I can't say how much I love this film. This movie is excellent, and the ending is perfect as well. So yeah, overall, at the end of the day, let's just say Casino Royale was the best Daniel Craig James Bond film in my opinion, and the best Bond film of all time in my opinion as well. So that is my ranking on all the 5 Daniel Craig James Bond films. Please let me know what your ranking is. It'd be very interesting to see in the comments below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give this video a like, subscribe to Fun Studios. Very close to 100, we're so close, 4 away, and then we're at 100, and that would mean the world to me. And until the next video, bye bye.